Hey, Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got some seriously exciting news that every single Dallas Cowboys fan needs to hear. If you've been following the team closely, you know there's been a lot of buzz around our coaching staff and new additions to the roster. But today, we're diving into something that's got fans talking big time. I'm talking about none other than DeMarvion Overshown, the rookie linebacker who's already making a name for himself in Cowboys camp. But this time, it's not just his play on the field we're talking about, it's something he said that's caught the attention of the entire Cowboys community, especially regarding Brian Schottenheimer, our new offensive coordinator. But before we get into all that, if you're new here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're bringing you all the latest and greatest news, analysis, and everything Dallas Cowboys. Let's dive right in. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard of DeMarvion Overshown, let me catch you up. Overshown is a highly touted linebacker the Cowboys drafted in the 3rd round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Hailing from Texas, the 6'4", 220-pound linebacker had an incredible career at the University of Texas, racking up impressive stats as both a linebacker and safety. But what makes him even more exciting as a Cowboy is his versatility. This guy can do it all, whether it's dropping back into coverage, rushing the quarterback, or stopping the run. His football IQ is through the roof, and he's already starting to make waves in the locker room. You've probably seen his clips of hard hits and fast movements, and yes, he's definitely someone to watch closely. But it's not just his talent that has people talking. It's his mindset, his character, and his approach to the game. He's been a sponge, soaking up knowledge from the veterans, from Micah Parsons to Leighton Vander Esch, and even Coach Dan Quinn himself. But recently, Overshown said something about Brian Schottenheimer, and let me tell you, this is going to have you looking at the coaching staff in a whole new light. Now, let's talk about Brian Schottenheimer. He's one of the most talked about new faces in the Cowboys organization this season. If you're wondering, who is Brian Schottenheimer? Well, he's the Cowboys' new offensive coordinator, and if that name sounds familiar to you, it should. Schottenheimer has had a long coaching career in the NFL. He's coached quarterbacks, running backs, and even served as offensive coordinator with teams like the Jets and Seahawks. But what's exciting about Schottenheimer is how he's blending a pass-heavy offense with a strong run game, an ideal fit for Dallas. The Cowboys already have one of the best running backs in the league in Tony Pollard, and with Schottenheimer's offensive mind, things are about to get very interesting for Dak Prescott and the whole offensive unit. Schottenheimer's approach to the game focuses on balanced play calling, making sure defenses don't know what to expect. It's going to open things up for the skill players and keep opposing defenses on their toes. And it's not just about the game plan, it's about how he motivates players. Schottenheimer knows how to push his guys to get the best out of them. Now, let's talk about that comment. At a recent press conference, DeMarvion Overshown was asked about the coaching staff, specifically about Brian Schottenheimer and his approach to the offense. And wow, his response! It was nothing short of eye-opening. Here's what Overshown had to say. Coach Schottenheimer is one of the most detailed, passionate coaches I've ever been around. You can tell he knows the game inside and out. He's not just trying to make the offense better, he's trying to make every player better. He brings a real fire to the room. And what I've seen from the offense this offseason, they're going to be really tough to stop. Now, that's high praise from a guy who's just getting started in the NFL. But it's also telling. Overshown is talking about Schottenheimer's attention to detail, his passion, and his commitment to not just improving the team as a whole but to elevating each individual player. This kind of leadership and energy is exactly what the Cowboys need as they prepare to contend for a championship. And remember, Overshown's not just a guy giving out empty praise, he's someone who's been in the locker rooms with some of the best, and he's seeing something special in Schottenheimer's coaching style. So, what does this all mean for the Cowboys? Well, it speaks volumes about the type of culture Brian Schottenheimer is building in the organization. For a rookie like DeMarvion Overshown, who's used to being around big personalities like Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, for him to say these things about Schottenheimer shows that the offensive coordinator is making a serious impact. It's more than just X's and O's, it's about leadership, communication, and creating an environment where players thrive. Now, we've already seen a glimpse of how Schottenheimer works. From his first practices with the Cowboys, it was clear that he brings a different level of intensity to the table. He's not afraid to challenge players, but he's also there to support and guide them. That's a fine balance to strike, and based on Overshown's comments, Schottenheimer seems to have mastered it. So, how will this affect the Cowboys season? We can expect an offense that's more efficient, dynamic, and dangerous than ever before. With Dak Prescott at the helm and Schottenheimer's system in place, we could see this offense take a huge leap forward. The passing game will likely be more aggressive, and the run game will continue to be a key part of the offense, which suits the Cowboys' strength perfectly. Now, let's take a look at the reaction from the fans and media. Ever since DeMarvion Overshown made this statement about Schottenheimer, Cowboys Nation has been buzzing. Fans on social media have been echoing similar thoughts, and the media is jumping on the story, analyzing what this means for the team's future. Many believe that Schottenheimer's approach could be the missing piece for a Cowboys offense that has been good, but not great. The hope is that he'll bring a fresh perspective to the team and find ways to get the most out of everyone, including Dak, Tony Pollard, and the receiving corps. In fact, some analysts are already predicting that the Cowboys could have a top 5 offense in 2025 if things click the way they're supposed to. And with leadership like Schottenheimer's, it's hard to argue with that. To wrap things up, DeMarvion Overshown's praise of Brian Schottenheimer speaks volumes about the direction the Cowboys are heading in. With Schottenheimer's passion, attention to detail, and leadership, we're looking at a new era for the Dallas Cowboys offense. This is going to be a season to remember, Cowboys fans. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Overshown's comments about Schottenheimer? How excited are you about this offense in 2025? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Cowboys news, analysis, and everything you need to stay up to date with America's team. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys!